Act. We break down why in just a few.
And are President Biden's goals for U.S. COVID-19 vaccinations doable? We're looking into the layout of his plan in our COVID-19 coverage.
A cafeteria worker arrested and charged with multiple counts of indecent behavior with juveniles. Details into this investigation.
And the sunshine is back here in Lafayette for the rest of Acadiana. Well, we have some rain in place in some areas. We'll talk about that coming up.
From Fox 15, News 15 Today starts now.
Good morning. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Carter Simino.
Good morning. I'm Alex Worstel. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Well, a Louisiana cafeteria worker is behind bars after deputies discovered she allegedly invited teenage boys to her home to engage in sexual acts and drink alcohol.
The Terrebonne Sheriff's Office continues to investigate the case after they received complaints about 38-year-old Don Bay from a concerned parent. Now, the parents' accusations say the boys between the ages of 13 and 16 were going to a woman's house to drink alcohol, watch pornographic material, and engage in sexual encounters.
Investigators were able to confirm the claims and identify Bay through victim statements and social media posts. Bay faces charges of indecent behavior with a juvenile and contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile.
She is booked into the Terrebonne Parish Criminal Justice Complex with a $50,000 bond.
In Baldwin, police arrest a second person on Tuesday in relation to a Sunday morning shooting. 50-year-old Rashonda Thomas is charged with accessory after the fact second-degree murder. Thomas was taken to the St. Mary Parish Law Enforcement Center for booking. Bail has not been set yet. Anthony Hills was previously arrested for the shooting. He was charged with second-degree murder and is being held on a $1 million bond.
A sad update to a story that we brought to you yesterday morning. A baby boy taken by his father from the scene of a double homicide has died. The infant's death follows the death of his father, who was killed by law enforcement in Mississippi. The father, Eric Smith, suspected of shooting his ex-girlfriend and her cousin. Smith led police on a chase where they fired multiple shots at his car, and investigators do not know if the baby was shot.
Well, let's shift gears and talk about the weather and get a forecast with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Corey Smith.
Yes, Corey, we have seen a few rainy days. Hopefully the sun is here to stay.
And yeah, the sun already out here in Lafayette. And really, if you're along I-10 and north, dealing with some gorgeous weather to start off the day. We're sitting at 64 degrees, mostly sunny skies here in Lafayette with wind out of the north at 10 miles per hour. But just to the south, still dealing with some showers and storms pushing through St. Mary Parish here, but I think within the next 30-45 minutes we're talking about things starting to dry up here and sunshine moving into the rest of the viewing area as well. So we're looking at a pretty nice day. Temperatures right now here across Acadiana, pretty comfortable. We're sitting in the middle 60s for the most part, 68 in Morgan City, 61 in Ville Platte, and 62 in Jennings. As for our high temperature today, getting into the 70s, so a little bit cooler than what we've seen recently, and there is a warm up on the way. We'll talk about that in just a bit.
Sounds good, Corey. We'll check back soon. Moving on, a New Orleans lawmaker is doing away with the proposal after facing opposition from her colleagues. Representative Mandy Landry's proposal to decriminalize prostitution across the state. But those who oppose say the bill could result in an increase of human trafficking. However, Landry is saying human trafficking would remain a crime under the bill.
Louisiana now among the states suing the federal government over the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan Act. Attorney General Jeff Landry argues the Act's tax mandates violates the U.S. Constitution. Louisiana and Mississippi are seeking an injunction to prevent federal officials from applying the tax mandate against the states. Now, in a quote, Landry says, "I will continue to do all that I can to ensure the federal government does not take over Louisiana's constitutional authority to govern itself," end quote.
A bill that would make it illegal for employers to discriminate against a person's hair is moving to the House for debate. The Louisiana Senate unanimously voted in favor of that legislation that strikes tactics that target black people who wear their natural hair. If passed at the House, the measure would go into effect on August 1st.
The Louisiana Workforce Commission is fighting against unemployment identity theft. The service is partnering with ID.me. It's a federally certified ID verification provider, and starting tomorrow, those using LWC's Hire Online portal to file unemployment claims will be redirected to ID.me's website to create an account before registering.
The Kadn Center for the Arts will be enjoying coffee with Veronica Williams this morning. Williams is the clerk of the Lafayette City and Parish Councils. She's the first person to serve in this position under the new form of government. ACA's Coffee with Veronica Williams starts at 8:30 and goes until 9:30.
The State Association of Food Banks Feeding Louisiana will host a virtual rally for Louisiana Anti-Hunger Day happening today. Food bank staff, volunteers, nonprofit partners, and policymakers using the event to call attention to the hunger crisis throughout Louisiana. They specifically plan to shed light on the experiences of food insecure communities throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the rally will begin on Zoom at 10 a.m. and end at 11 a.m. Attendees will have the option to schedule virtual visits with their legislators throughout the afternoon.
Well, laissez les bon temps rouler, Acadiana. According to Festival Vice President for Programming Development Pat Mold, Festival Kadn at Creole will return to a live event in October. The annual Cajun and Creole Festival held at Girard Park will go on as long as COVID-19 cases stay low and vaccinations continue to be regularly administered.
Restaurant and bar owners may be eligible to apply for an SBA grant under the American Rescue Plan.
News 15's Gabrielle Riles tells us who may qualify.
We don't have, the bigger corporations to lean on.
Small businesses like Brick and Spoon struggled to make ends meet during the pandemic.
Just trying to recover from last year and then still try to keep up with this year with all the expenses, moving to a bigger place, and on this end of town, more rent, more bills, more labor.
Connie Swallow, the franchise's owner, says that her business is understaffed and most times she has to step in and work.
Even right now, we're having a hard time just getting line cooks and kitchen staff because I've resorted myself as being the owner. I am working on the line.
Connie says she hasn't been able to maintain a full staff since the beginning of the pandemic.
Some of them are making more in unemployment than they did when they worked here. And then with the additional stimuluses, it just makes it hard, to get people to want to work right now.
She also downsized her menu due to cost and demand.
Even their suppliers will run short wherever they're getting their stuff from.
Connie says if she is approved for the grant, she plans to pay off debt and reward her staff.
If you can reach this target in your sales, you got an extra $100 today. You did this, you did that. Kitchen performances. Hey guys, if we get ticket times down to this and product is still correct, I give definitely bonuses.
In Lafayette, Gabrielle Riles, News 15.
The Restaurant Revitalization Fund is a $28.6 million grant. For more information on how to apply, you can visit our website. You can also catch up on continued coverage of the latest news around Acadiana and the state by visiting our website at kadn.com.
Well, the Biden administration is now allowing states to order doses of the vaccine based on their individual needs. What this means for the future of herd immunity coming up.
And officials say a small plane crashed into a home in Hattiesburg, Mississippi Tuesday evening. What we know this morning.
And taking a look outside, sunshine returning for some of us. We'll talk about the rain moving out coming up.
And Al Hebert is back with more Mother's Day gift inspiration. We check in with him next. He is with Stacey Dempsey from the Frosted Apron.
Al Abear is in Mother's Day mode. He's made flower arrangements, he's shopped, and today he's all about making treats.
He is all about making treats, so we're going to check in with him now. He is with friend of the show, Stacey Dempsey. What are you guys getting into, Al?
I think you're going to try those.
It's going to be a flower.
The meat flower.
The meat flower.
One of the things we've learned is that there's regular flowers, like you get from a florist, and there's fruit flowers, and of course my favorite, the meat flower, which I guess I'm going to be talking about that. That's going to be my go-to for everything. Stacey Dempsey, Frosted Apron. She is the Michelangelo of food. My God. So what are we going to do, Stacey?
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to do a twist on Rice Krispie treats. So we're using peanut butter Captain Crunch. We're using a cup and a half of M&Ms, marshmallows, butter, and a tablespoon of peanut butter, creamy peanut butter. So it's 3 tablespoons of butter, about 30 large marshmallows. So you want to put the peanut butter, the butter, and the marshmallows in a microwavable bowl. You want to spray with Pam or something first. And then you want to heat it for a minute, and then you're going to stir. And then I'm going to put this back in the microwave for another minute, and I'm going to mix it up all nice and neat. And then...
Okay, I was going to, can you replace the marshmallows with marshmallow cream?
I don't know. I never tried that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something we can try.
Yeah.
But it's about 30 large marshmallows. So you want to do the butter, the peanut butter, and the marshmallows. Heat it for about 2 minutes. We're going to stir it. And then we come back. I'm going to show you how we're going to add 6 cups of the cereal and 1.5 cups of the M&Ms. And I'm going to show you how to put it in a bowl, cut it, and we're going to put a little flour marshmallow on top.
And our end product's going to look like this.
Yes.
I happened to try one during a break. They are delicious. And because you know what I noticed about this, Stacey, is that when these marshmallows are heated up like this,
they kind of poof up a little bit.
And they also look a lot like marshmallow cream.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
we might be able to try it. So this is a twist on it. This is for the moms like the peanut butter and the chocolate.
Okay, so we're gonna finish this. We're gonna come back out. This is sticky and gooey. We're gonna go back to you guys in the studio because this is a morning show that is not always sticky and gooey. Sometimes we're just smooth as glass on the show.
I'd like to think that most times that's the case, but every once in a while there's a prompter issue.
Yep. But we'll take the smooth for now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Al. We'll check back with you in our next half hour.
Well, it is a pretty smooth and pleasant start to the morning as far as weather goes. We're checking in with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Corey Smith after the break. Stay with us. It is 8:13 on your Wednesday morning.
Always tracking, always alerting. Here's your Storm Track 15 weather.
Welcome back. We saw some storms across Acadiana all throughout yesterday.
That's right, even some showers this morning, but sunshine looks to return later today, even right now. Let's check the latest from Storm Track 15 meteorologist Corey Smith. Corey, what can you tell us?
Good morning, guys, and you'll be needing those sunglasses today here across Acadiana. Sunshine already out in portions of the viewing area, head down south towards the coast. Still dealing with some showers and even some rumbles of thunder this morning, but here in Lafayette, mostly sunny skies. 64 degrees right now. It's absolutely gorgeous. Dew point sitting at 59, so some drier air as well moving in, feeling a little bit less humid. Now, like we mentioned, down by the coast, still dealing with some showers and some rumbles of thunder, but this is starting to move out of St. Mary Parish now. Within the next 30 minutes, most of this heavy precipitation completely gone out of the area. And with that, we start to dry things out and the sunshine starts to move into more of the viewing area. Now, good news, if you don't see a ton of sunshine today, well, there is more on the way. In fact, let's move things through today, see what you can expect here. Excuse me. Sometimes it's hard to breathe, I guess. You can see some showers here down by the coast, and I think it's a little bit aggressive. I think we stay dry as you go to the next few hours, and that sunshine working in behind the cold front moving through, and by this afternoon, most of us dealing with mostly sunny skies, winds out of the north, making it feel pretty nice out compared to the very humid weather we've seen recently. Now, going forward, we are expecting even more sunshine on the way. And the reason for that, high pressure is going to be the main driving force here, not only over the next few days, but even into the weekend as well. So Mother Day forecast looking pretty good here. Temperatures a little bit warmer. We're going to be in the middle 80s by then, but overall you can see the pattern staying pretty quiet. No storms, no severe weather in the near future, which is definitely music to my ears. As for today, though, we are looking at some pretty nice weather. Temperatures in the upper 70s, partly to mostly cloudy or mostly sunny skies, really just depending on where you're at here in the viewing area. But the good thing is we are drying things out, especially in the next 30 minutes. For the viewing area, take a look at the 7-day forecast. Mostly sunny skies as you go towards the end of the week. And Mother's Day, like we mentioned, dry, a little bit on the warmer side, but overall, pretty nice 7-day ahead.
You look pretty happy for a guy who can't find his sunglasses.
I know. We'll find them one day, I think.
We'll find them sometime soon.
Well, thanks so much, Corey. We'll check back with you in our next few minutes. Well, powerful storms did rip through the Atlanta metro area yesterday, causing a tornado that caused some heavy damage.
The National Weather Service confirmed the area suffered damage as a result of an EF1 tornado. They said the twister had max winds around 105 to 110 miles an hour.
The storm also brought down power lines and other trees. One person died in a nearby county after a power pole and the lines fell on his car during a storm that had gusts up to 90 miles an hour.
Well, afternoon storms left several parts of Jackson, Mississippi in the dark on Tuesday. Strong winds toppled giant trees and power lines across the city.
Take a look at this home where cleanup began after a tree fell right onto the roof. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Just north of this home, Jackson police blocked a road after a mix of trees and power lines crashed in the middle of the street.
At one point, more than 30,000 customers were reported without power in Hinds County, and so far there's no word of any injury from the storms. Well, still to come on News 15 today, Facebook has announced its decision on whether to ban Donald Trump permanently. We have those details just ahead.
And at least Welcome back to News 15 today. This just in this morning, Facebook's quasi-independent oversight board announcing that the social networking company was justified in banning then President Donald Trump from its platform after the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol.
This decision has been long anticipated, but the board will need to reassess how long the ban will remain in effect.
Facebook cited public safety when it indefinitely banned Trump 4 months ago. Critics say the social media giant should focus on free speech. The board said Facebook must review the decision in 6 months. And at least 2 are dead after a small plane crashed into a home in Mississippi Tuesday night.
Local officials say they received the first reports of the crash around 11:20 p.m. local time. Emergency crews rushed to the scene and confirmed that a civilian plane had crashed.
A police spokesperson says there were deaths in the crash, but did not give a number. But the assistant fire chief said 2 deaths had been confirmed. It's not clear whether both victims were passengers on the plane or whether someone was in the home at the time of the crash.
The Federal Aviation Administration has been contacted to investigate this crash. Catholic churches in Acadiana will experience a bit of normalcy as in-person services are to resume this summer.
And companies celebrate Cinco de Mayo. A number of businesses have sales for Cinco de Mayo today. We've got a list of some favorites coming up. Welcome back. Here's a reason to party on a day like today. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, every year on the 5th of May, Americans celebrate Mexican-American heritage and pride. The United States Congress issued a proclamation back in 2005 calling on Americans to observe Cinco de Mayo.
Most people do so by enjoying a Mexican-themed meal and some drinks like tacos and margaritas. You can also explore Mexican culture, music, dance, and film.
We told you about some local Cinco de Mayo deals earlier, but here's a look at what the chains are offering.
Chili's has several boozy sips in honor of Cinco de Mayo. For just $5, you can get the chains Cheers to Patron Rita,
yes,
Cuervo Blue Rita, and Frosé Rita.
I think I would like the Frosé Rita. Well, during Chipotle's Cinco Days of Giveaway promotion, the brand will be giving away 50,000 BOGO entrees to customers each day.
Love BOGO.
Yes, all you need to do is enter and take the Chipotle IQ quiz.
Enjoy happy hour all day long over at Chewy's. They have plenty of discounted sips. If you order the Grande Rita, you can even keep your commemorative cup.
How about that?
How about
Well,
that?
Gordon McKernan has partnered with Izzo's to celebrate Cinco de Mayo to give back to the community from noon to 1.
The first 50 people at the Ambassador Caffrey location will spin the wheel for a chance to win an assortment of prizes such as free queso, guac, an entree, and more.
I do like their queso as well, since we're on the topic, but they'll also be able to meet members of the Gordon McKernan Lafayette team and even snack some G-Swag, which we know is ever so popular. One lucky winner will receive free burritos for 1 year, so you do not want to miss this great opportunity.
It is hard to mess up hot cheese, though.
It's so true, but you would be surprised.
Yeah,
you know?
No, wouldn't be. Still to come, consumers can now get the COVID-19 vaccine at 137 Walmarts across Louisiana. Details on that.
The White House announces new changes to the way states get vaccines. I'm Kevin Cork in Washington with more on why there's a shift in strategy and what it could mean to the vaccine rollout. That's coming up.
Temperature is looking pretty nice here as we go into the afternoon, along with some sunshine. We'll talk about that in your full forecast coming up.